bitch. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we get 3 games in the NHL. I'm trying to move this. There we go. So knock that over. 3 games in the NHL. We get 3 games in the NBA. And then we get 2 games in the NBA?
2 in the NBA. Heat game and Thunder game.
Yep. And then we have a full baseball slate to go over as well. So we're not going to waste too much time here before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate. We'll take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And it was, I think, a down day for me because of NBA. Actually, baseball was not very good either, but hockey was. Baseball went 2-4-1. Pushed with the Red Sox first 5. They ended up losing the full game, so I'm glad I went the first 5, not the full game. Nationals plus 184 were looking good, and then they fell apart late. Athletics first 5. Blackburn had his first truly bad start, and they lost the first 5 4-3. I think they lost the full game 4-3 as well. Braves take care of business -1.5, -115 over the Miami Marlins. The Marlins lose again. What a shame. I wish somebody would have told you guys that the Marlins are going to be a last place baseball team this year. That would have been pretty helpful, and to bet against them every single game so far this year.
I believe that was both of us.
Oh yeah. Seattle Mariners winner there, -110 over the Texas Rangers. That number told us everything we needed to know about that game. So that was nice to see there. And then the Baltimore Orioles are terrible. They lose and they did not cover the -1. And the Mets plus 115 fell apart late as well. 2-4-1 in baseball. 0-2 in the NBA. Took the Suns plus 3.5, plus 130 to bounce back. But I'll probably fall for it in Game 3, Tim. I love teams heading back home down 2-0 to win Game 3. That's my betting, not system. But if you're down 2-0 heading home, I'm most likely going to bet you. Within reason, I think if you're going to get swept, that's a different story. But I'm already have full intentions on betting the Capitals. I've already taken the Islanders first period in the NHL. I will probably be on. I'll probably be on the Suns. I'll probably be on the Lakers Game 3. And that's just the way my mind goes. Is if you're down 2-0 heading home, you're the desperate team. If not, the full game, maybe a first quarter or first period, first half, something along those lines. I like to get some type of the home team Game 3 down 2-0. I will be on the Phoenix Suns some way, shape, or form in Game 3. Hockey went 3-1 yesterday. Should have gone 4-0. The Rangers do not cover the puck line. The Capitals score a little bit later in the game, and they had, I believe, 3 minutes of empty net time, the New York Rangers, and failed to score an empty net goal. But after that, the Avalanche take care of business. They win 5-2 over the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg Jets team total under 3 that I added. And this was the exact thing that I mentioned yesterday, Tim, with taking the team total rather than the full game under, is I said the game could be 5-2 Avalanche if we go back and rewind. And that's why I took the team total under, because I saw this as a game that they were going to step up. Now, I did not expect Georgiev to go again. I thought it was going to be Ivan Prosvetov in net for the Avalanche last night. So Georgiev, bounce back game. Love to see it. They head back to Colorado, tied 1-1. I feel much better about the Colorado series prop now. And I probably, if I liked Colorado last night, probably should grab a little extra, maybe half unit on the series at plus 200. Or I think it was plus 135 or something like that. But I like where they are right now. So overall, yesterday was not the greatest days. ECU baseball made me a couple extra bucks back. So overall, I think I was still in all of my bets, I was up because I had a couple boosted stuff that cashed last night. I had they gave me a free bet, so I think it was just a $5 free bet. So I took for yesterday's games, Rangers money line with the Panthers, the Predators, and the Avalanche, and hit up plus 779 4-teamer. That was a free bet. So overall, it was a nice little day yesterday. But overall, on the actual plays themselves, it was down 2.89 units.
Yeah, shit day on the site, but it was a good day for me in college baseball. We'll talk about college baseball in a minute, which continues to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people don't really bet it all that often, but it's been a nice little moneymaker for me this year. On the site, down 5.33. Chelsea plus 1.25. They lose 5-0 to Arsenal. Boston couldn't do anything. Since Philadelphia gets blown out, Washington falls apart. The Rangers puck line falls apart. Oakland, I'll give props to Higgs. He took Oakland plus 1.5. He cashed. I did not. The Miami Marlins continue to be a big fade, and even though it's betting the Braves right now, we're making money, so let's keep fading the Miami Marlins. The Phoenix Suns are pathetic and deserve to lose the series. Seattle, nice. They took Logan Gilbert, looked fantastic again, which you love to see. Indiana bounced back after that ugly game 1 versus Milwaukee. Colorado took care of business. The Baltimore Orioles did not, and the Clippers fell short late, 96-93. They lost by 4 in the fourth quarter, which lost them the game. But it was a crap day there. In terms of college baseball, it was a nice day for me in college baseball. It started off with Wright State, who where did it go? There it is. Who was down big at one point in that game, and ended up coming back winning 14-13 over Ohio State, which was great. That was a plus 124. Obviously, the Pirates of East Carolina never in doubt over against the team from Raleigh. Campbell absolutely puts a butt whooping on Duke, 18-4. Mercy ruled them, so that was a nice winner there. FAU fell short. They were where did they played Miami. They played in Miami. I figured they beat Miami early in the year, take a plus 150 to try to go after it again. Didn't work. Same deal with Stetson. They get run rule against Florida, plus 220, loser. Creighton came through for me, though. They won over Coastal Carolina, which was nice. That was a plus 160. We'll talk about that game last. Tulane fell short in their matchup. Georgia, nice 4-3 win in 15 innings. So crazy game there on a walk-off wild pitch. College baseball ended up being nice, ended up being a 5-3 day. Only losers were plus money, so happy with that. Pretty much makes up for the catastrophe on the site. It is what it is with that. Still having a really good month, so we'll keep rolling with that.
Hell yeah.
Let's go say hi to the chat, and then we got some games to talk about. I've only got 2 games wrong all season. Leafs game 1 and Preds game 2. Otherwise, I'm cooking. NHL record of 12-2.
Jeez.
It's a must-win game for Dallas, minus 160.
Yep.
And must-win means they're absolutely going to win. So, kidding. My guy, what's up, Nathan? Here we go. Nuggets money line. Cannot trust the Lakers. Well, that game's tomorrow, so you have an extra day to stew in that ugly loss for your Lakers. Such a shame. I'm sorry about your Lakers. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning. The Clippers ruined my parlay with the T-Wolves. Yeah, Clippers, that kind of sucked at the end of the night. Very midday for me yesterday across all sports. Saros was stupid last night. Unreal performance.
Shout out to the Nashville Predators. As that series gets started now.
Diamondbacks was a sweat-free cash with the DK up too early.
Yeah, I used that on the Oakland, so it wasn't great.
What did Arizona do last night? Oh, yeah, 14-1 versus St. Louis. Yeah, that'll do it for you. I'll be back on Toronto, on Baltimore and Twins run line and the Braves. Yep. I'm not going to be touching the Twins, but yeah, I can see that. All right, Nick, to your hockey.
Yep, this was a play that I had written down that I liked heading into game 2 with the way my game script I had going, and my game script has gone according to plan so far for for this series. So let's get into this one here. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. We have the Bruins here. Oh, let me switch over to. It's still on baseball here for the line histories in this one here. But we have this game. This series has officially started as well. We go when you look at the playoffs so far. Only a couple series have started in my head, and for a series to start, the road team needs to win a game. The road team has won a game in this series. The series has started. Let's take a look here in this spot where we have Toronto opened up as minus 106 favorites. Nope, minus 107 favorites, and it stayed minus 107. Line opened up at a 5.5, and it's gone up to a 6. So we've had a move towards the over, and we'll move towards the and no move on the side or for this game here. One thing I'm starting to notice with these playoff games is they've been going over the total, and we started the playoffs with 5.5s. Now we're starting to see 6s. 67% of tickets, 90% of cash is on the over, which explains the line move towards the over here. 47% of tickets, 68% of cash is on the Boston Bruins, and the lines move towards the Bruins. This is going towards my game script here. I leaned Boston game 1, did not pull the trigger on them. I took the Leafs game 2. I bet the Bruins game 3 at minus 105. And this is going to go. This will put the Bruins up 2-1. Toronto will win game 4. They'll go back to Boston. Toronto will win game 5. They'll go to Toronto game 6. Boston will win game 6 and then come back to TD Garden and win it in 7.
You're just mean.
That's my game script. I've seen this before with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't get swept. They don't make it painless for their fans. They bring them back in and then they let them down. And I'm going to try to see this. I'm going to try to see if this will happen again here. So I'm on the Boston Bruins, and if the Bruins win this game, I will be on the Leafs game 4. And I'm going to follow my game script to a T here and see if it works out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. We get to disagree right off the bat. I have Toronto winning the series, so I'm not going to go by your game script. And I think if Toronto they would end up getting the winner. If they get Florida, I think they have a chance against Florida. I don't think they have a chance against Tampa stylistically. Boston has looked solid the entire year until they fell apart late. I don't know. I'm all over Toronto in this series. I don't think they're the chokers that we remember from the years in past. Last year, they ran into a very, very hot Florida team that used the element of surprise to shock everybody and make the cup. So,
I don't think that was a fluke either. The who do you call it?
Oh no, we knew that Florida wasn't going to be. But I think Toronto actually can win a round or two in this year's playoffs because they're one of the teams that are kind of getting kind of pushed underneath the rug. Not to mention, I also have a Toronto Maple Leaf 10-1 ticket from preseason. So
why
from preseason?
Why?
Because I do. I also have a Dallas Stars from preseason, and I have a Vegas Golden Knights, and I have Carolina and Buffalo. But you know how it happened in Buffalo, so. I still have a bunch of futures, and 2 of them are against each other in the next game we'll talk about. So, Boston in the under. I'm sorry, dude. I no hablo español. Bruins money line. Swayman is playing.
Oh yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Postagol. The Twins never in doubt. Get it. Marchand over 2.5 shots on goal. Yo, what's up, Mr. Crypto Knight? Dayton Heaton assist and Pastrnak over 2 points. Heinen, sorry. Still learning the players.
Yep.
NHL in yesterday in NHL, all 4 games either had 1 goal or no goals in the third period. Interesting. That's a delightful for in-game under and correct scores. You get that.
I can definitely see how you like that with that.
Let's roll on to the game, Nick, that I have 2 futures for.
Yeah, we have the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars minus 165 favorites, total 6 in this game. And this is the type of situation that I like to back in the playoffs when the home team loses game 1. And this is the only time I've been able to do it the entire playoffs so far. Because the home teams between the NBA and the NHL, game 1, went 15-1. The Dallas Stars are the only team to lose. And I would like to go to the Dallas Stars in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have this one opened up with the Dallas Stars as minus 150 favorites. Now we're looking at 160. The line opened up at a 6 at minus 101. It's now a 6 at minus 104. A line moved towards the over. A line moved towards the Dallas Stars. Line opened up, our 62% tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over. And then we have 83% of tickets, 75% of cash on the Stars. Explains the line move towards the Stars in this game here. And I would like to move on said Stars. And it'll be a Stars -1 play, if anything. But I would love to back the Stars here and say they bounce back in this game. I just think this is too expensive at the end of the day. So this is, I think, what ultimately is going to probably keep me off this game is just the price of the actual game itself. So for me, as much as I would like to say, yeah, let's go ahead and let's grab the Stars -1, is it too expensive? And I wanted to back Vegas game 2 because I was hoping Dallas would win game 1, so I can back Vegas game 2. So this is not a spot that I needed to get involved with. I'll keep an eye on it. I think Dallas obviously needs to win this game. Maybe if Vegas scores first, grab Dallas at a better number. But other than that, I'll pass.
I do. I have futures on both these teams, but I think the Knights are about to make a run. They were one of the teams that were injured the entire year. All their guys come back. I know you're going to complain about them being $30 million over the cap or whatever.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
This is a team that's got everything they need in order to repeat.
Yeah,
and they get the Dallas Stars, who really haven't proved anything in the playoffs the past couple of years. They did make the Western Conference Finals last year, but they haven't.
Lost to this team.
They haven't done anything significant. And they've been making playoffs, but haven't really been doing much in them. I trust this Vegas team, and getting them at plus money. I still feel like the books think that Vegas is injured still, because I feel like this line probably should be a little bit closer. I mean, you're going to see it where Vegas will be favorites at home for sure, but or at least a pick 'em. And I think you're going to get value for betting Vegas every single game of this series. So I'll take the Knights in this one.
Fair.
Dallas in the under. No. Vegas. Yes. Asshole assist and Marcia So goal.
Eichel. It's pronounced Eichel.
Yeah, no, I call him asshole. It's fine. VGK, yes. Parlay cash yesterday. Thanks, Nick. VGK or nothing, but I'm passing. Did the Stars really ruin a 16-0 all-home NBA/NHL game 1? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Hannafin, assist. Leaning Leafs today. Yep. Stone Point. Yep. Definitely going to lie bet the under in the Dallas VGK game. You can see it. I didn't know I was behind. Okay. I got a future on Vegas Golden Knights since the beginning of the season. So go Vegas. I think they repeat.
I don't like their first round matchup here at Dallas. I think they can beat Dallas, which was my intentions was Dallas wins game 1, and I bet Vegas to win the series and bet Vegas game 2. That was my intentions behind this. And because I do think Vegas wins this series, but obviously you can't get it at a good price now. So that's kind of frustrating. But but I thought Vegas in 7, and then they lose in the second round because they just went through a 7-game series, and now they get to play Colorado.
Yeah, I still like Vegas.
Hopefully play Colorado.
I got Diamondbacks first 5. I cannot pull the trigger on the Diamondbacks today. It's Cardinals or nothing, especially after a 14-1 game at home yesterday for the Cardinals. So whenever a team gets blown out, I tend to like to go back them the next game. unless they suck, unless they're like a really, really bad team. Why are the Stars minus 156? They should be around minus 130.
It tells me they whoop ass today. Actually, that's what that line tells me.
What was it last game?
They were minus 130, minus 135 last game. And I think it's because they're getting bet up because people are going to try to back Dallas after a loss, which I 100% agree with. It'd be Dallas minus 1 or nothing.
Ben assist, Duchesne assist, plus 475. I tried game 1.
It's not a bad look.
And Bruins, Maple Leafs, I'm not touching. Oilers. He likes the under in the Maple Leafs. He's not touching the Kings game. Vegas in 7. If Vegas wins, then the Stars probably get swept or lose in 5. Dallas sports are overrated. Sorry, not sorry. Money's coming in on Vegas.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. How about the last hockey game, Nick?
Yeah, and usually here's one where I'm most likely going to break my usual theories behind playoff series here. This was a 3-goal game in the first game. Edmonton took care of business. I think Edmonton wins the series in 5, though. I think the game to back the Kings is game 3 back in LA. The only thing is the Kings are better on the road than they are at home. So this is a weird Kings team that their home road splits is better away from Crypto.com Arena than it is in Crypto. And let's take a look at the line history in this spot here where we have the Oilers. They opened up as minus 180 favorites. It's up to a minus 186. Line opened up at a 6 minus 108 to 6 minus 115. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Oilers in this game here. 32% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over. The lines moved towards the over. Kind of leaned over, maybe an Edmonton team total over. And then 60% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the Oilers. So the big bets are coming in on the Oilers here as well. The line moving towards the Oilers. I'm going to move on the Oilers here, and I think I'm going to double down on the Oilers here. Oilers money line, or not money line, that's minus 190. But I can find the best available lines, minus 184 and plus 142 for the minus 1 line. I'm going to be on the Oilers minus 1, and I'm going to be on the Oilers team total over 3.5, which is probably going to be around minus 105, minus 110 range. So I'm going to double down on the Oilers here in this spot. I think this is probably the biggest cakewalk of a series. And it's nothing against the LA Kings. It's just stylistically they don't match up well against the Oilers. They just don't. So I think this is probably going to be the shortest series in the first round. I think the Oilers take care of business in 5. I'm going to be on the Oilers minus 1 every single game of the series.
Yeah, I think Oilers sweep too. This is a Oilers team that I think in the Western Conference Finals, Knights and Oilers.
Avs and Oilers. My bracket has Avs and Oilers, and they have Panthers. So.
Well, I have Edmonton, Vegas on one side, and I have Tampa, Carolina on the other side. So, I think this Edmonton team rolls. Got to take on puck line here. Around what's their puck line, Nick?
Plus 142 on FanDuel, plus 135 is the next best available option.
Yeah, I can find plus 140. Yeah, I'd be down to Edmonton puck line, especially at home.
Oh yeah.
Where they're 29-9-4 this year. So
no, I can't bet the minus 1, but I will put the puck line up on the site.
There you go. Thanks, Twins, for yesterday. I liked the Cubs, Braves, and Guardians. There you go. The Oilers, same game parlay, Oilers over Hyman and Bouchard.
Oh yeah, I have Hyman, Bouchard, McDavid, Draisaitl, all in my pool. And they're part of the reason why I'm currently sitting second in that pool right now. Also, Cale Makar looked really good. He has 4 assists and 1 goal. That's helpful. And McDavid had 5 assists in the first game.
How about McDavid to get 3 points?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Evan Bouchard assist.
Yep.
Vegas in 4. Yep.
Vegas in 4. Jeez.
Oilers first period full game. Yep. If you want more chicken, chicken.
Ooh, chicken.
Lunch? Sorry, show. McDavid, anytime point, 1.5, and Draisaitl, anytime point. Oilers puck line. I don't hate any of those. Oilers, Draisaitl over shots on goal, Hyman goal. Let's get it. Nick, I'm going to do something I haven't done all season.
You're going to lay a shit ton of points.
I am.
All right, let's get into
in both games.
Is Butler expected back at all this series?
No, he's not.
Okay. Let's get into this one here. I was all over the Celtics game 1. And I said this was going to be one of that was going to be one of those games that people were like, it's the playoffs. There's no way the Heat should be 14.5-point dogs, and then they lose by 20. And that score line was very generous for the Miami Heat. Let's just be completely honest. It was very generous. This line opened up though at a 15, and it's down to a 14.5. So we've had to move towards the Heat in this game. Line opened up at a 207, and it's moved all the way down to a 204.
I got 202.5.
Oh, wait, these are never mind. When was the first game? Okay, this game. Never mind. Here we go. This line reopened up. The look ahead line for this one was 15. It reopened up at a 14.5 after that game, and it's stayed at a 14.5. The look ahead line was a 207. It reopened up after the game on the 22nd at a 203.5. And it's now a 204. So we've had to move towards the over. We've had no move on the side since after game 1, which the Celtics blew them out. Let's take a look here. And to no surprise, you see a big number in the playoffs. The public loves Miami. 85% of the tickets and 65% of the cash is coming in on the Miami Heat. And the line has not moved. And the line has opened, or 28% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Celtics. And the line has moved up a half a point since reopening. It opened up at a 203.5. It's now a 204. I think this is Celtics smash again. I do. And maybe this is just a smash and grab first half full game type of play. But I will be on the Boston Celtics in this game again.
I'm going to be right on there with you. And this will be the first time all season I've laid double-digit points. I'll be honest. If I'm the Boston Celtics, as crazy as it sounds, Jason Tatum, play the first half. That's it. That's all they're going to need him for. I took Boston minus 14.5. I also took the over 202.5. So I was able to get 202.5. I think Boston scores 120 plus. In my free pick video last night, I gave out Boston team total over 109.5. I gave out Boston minus 17 at plus 140. This is going to be an absolute shit stomping. I don't expect anything less in this one. Miami, it was good for you guys for making it. The Bulls probably could have put up a better fight against the Celtics. The only reason why, the Bulls are healthy, or they were healthy at the end of the year.
Fair.
But Miami without Jimmy Butler, that's really rough. I don't think they would have had a chance with Jimmy Butler. But you never know. It is playoff Butler. But it's Celtics and it's the over.
Yeah, I'm staying off the over. I'm gonna lay the 14 though.
Stacks pod is Francisco Lindor over 1.5 bases at plus 130. Get it, Justin. FOMO'd into the Orioles run line yesterday and hurt myself. Hey, I bet it every day, so I'm still up 10 plus units on the run line, and I'm up 4 units on the money line. So, I just keep betting them. There's a repeat of game 1. Yep, he gets steamrolled. Yep, no Butler means bet the Celtics. And basically, the only thing I'm hoping in this game is say 125 to 100. Or 130 to 95. Something in that range, because I do not expect the Heat to be able to help me out that much. Now, NBA, we got 2 widespread games, Nick.
Yeah, by the way, I got 14.5 on Fanatics with the Boston Celtics, so I'm laying it here. Oh, I got a fun little 2-teamer for today. How about some Bruins and Celtics? Nasty Nate, Boston smash?
No,
I
don't like that.
And throw the Red Sox in there? Bruins smash, Red Sox smash, Celtics smash. Trifecta.
But I don't like the. I don't like the.
The Bruins are going to be up on the site, but yeah. Let's get into it here. the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicanos. Line opened up at an 8, it's down to a 7.5. So we have this line moving half point towards the Pelicans in this game here. Line opened up at a 213.5, it's down to a 211.5 in this game. We have, once again, the public on the dog. 89% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the Pelicans. They saw they covered game 1, and they're back on them game 2. 34% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the over in this game, with the line moving towards, I want to say, the under. This line opening up. It reopened up after the game at a 210.5. It's moved up to a 211.5. So this line has moved towards the over here, which definitely piqued my interest in an over in this game. I really don't have too much interest in this matchup, though. It'd be lean. I kind of wanted the Pelicanos, but seeing the public on them, that's going to keep me completely off of them here. So I'm just going to stick with just the Celtics for today. I've been doing that with the NBA playoffs. I've noticed it's just focusing on one game and seeing how it goes. So Celtics minus 14.5 for me.
Thunder. Thunder today. I feel like this is going to be a very similar series to the Nuggets and the Lakers. Game 1, the Pelicans had their best game. The Thunder did not. The Thunder still won. And when it comes to it, I feel like this one's a double-digit game. Last game was a 2-point game. I think this one's a double-digit game. Thunder put it out there tonight. I'm just not with no Zion, a banged-up Ingram. This Pelicans team was fun throughout the year. If they wanted to make a deep run in the playoffs, I feel like they needed that 6 seed or the 5 seed just to be able to not have to play in those play-in games.
And we saw it cost them big time.
And the play-in games cost them Zion Williams. So it's kind of sad because I like the Pelicans this year. I thought they were going to be good, and they were for a while, and then they got hurt. But I've been high on this Thunder team. I still have 80-1 on the Thunder to win the finals from preseason. So I think the Thunder make the Western Conference Finals at least. So I'm taking the Thunder minus 7.5 here.
Fair.
It's gonna be a blowouts in the NBA tonight. Boston trifecta. Tatum was pissed when he got slammed on the drive. They're gonna blow him out. Pelicans win this game straight up. No, I don't think so. Oklahoma City are going to play much. Smash as well. Yeah, I think they should. Over on Ingram points. I feel like he's still a little bit banged up. I don't know if I would want to go after him. What about Heat team total over 94.5? That's a very low total.
And I still don't know if they get there.
I think they do. Barely. I would prefer to go after the Celtics team total over. Oklahoma is going to, yeah, I got you. NBA blowouts tonight. Yep. Lean Thunder, but not betting NBA after 2 losing days in a row.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if, though, tonight one big dog wins outright. And I would say the Pelicans winning outright, I think, is the most likely between the two.
It could be, but I'm not. Well, obviously, concerning the odds, that would be a good guess, Nick. A 7.5-point dog is a better chance than a 14-point dog without their star player. Good job.
Yeah, I mean the 7.5-point dog doesn't have their star player either, but yeah. Let's get into baseball. Here, the St. Louis Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Pick a minus 110 here for the Cardinals. Total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here in this one. So I'm getting this up. The line opened up with the Cardinals as minus 110, or the Diamondbacks as minus 110 favorites. Now we're seeing Cardinals as minus 112 favorites. So we've had a flip here from dog to favorite for these St. Louis Cardinals. Line opened up at an 8 minus 115. It's now 8.5 even money. So we move towards the under here as well. Switch over the Action Network to baseball. Well, let's get into it. We have 58% of tickets and 98% of the cash on the Diamondbacks, with the line moving towards St. Louis. We have 40% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the under, with the line moving towards set under here. Pitching matchup in this game, Jordan Montgomery and Kyle Gibson. Montgomery making his second appearance of the year. Kyle Gibson I believe this is his fifth. 5.04 ERA, 1.20 WHIP, 5.04 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%. 3.6 walks per 90, 211 BABIP, a 5.84 FIP, and a 4.96 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the St. Louis Cardinals, 3.34 FIP, 2.84 SIERA compared to 3.42 and 3.86. And the hitting advantage does go towards the Diamondbacks in this one here. We had the Cardinals coming in off of an embarrassing loss last night, 14-1 to said Arizona Cardinals, or Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm mixing up baseball and football now. Montgomery started the season late. He pitched his first start against San Fran, and they won 17-1 in that game. So the Diamondbacks have had a few blowout winners this year.
And then they proceed to lose next game.
Yeah. And he gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched against the Giants. I'm looking for the Cardinals to step up in this game and take care of business after getting embarrassed yesterday versus a pitcher who's made all of 1 start so far. It's flipped from dog to favorite with the big bets on the Diamondbacks, which tells me this is Cardinals or nothing, and it's going to be Cardinals for me in this game. I'm just shopping around for the best price, which is on BetMGM, -110 St. Louis Cardinals for me.
I'm already on the Cardinals, especially. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's a system play, but it's kind of like a play that I do after a team gets absolutely blown to smithereens is you back them the next game. And especially when it happens to them at home. This is a good bounce back spot for the Cardinals. You're getting a pick-up price with Montgomery against Montgomery, who Montgomery looked fantastic in his first start. Yes, this is a bounce back spot for the Cardinals today, Nick. I got their money line at +102. So yes, I'm on the Cardinals train. And you guys know I don't bet the Cardinals all that often. I don't think they're going to be good, but I'm on them today.
Yeah, you're an advocate for the last place Cardinals.
I'm an advocate for the last place Cardinals, and I still think they finished last place. So.
Yeah, -110 for me. I got that on BetMGM.
Back to the chat, Nick.
Where did you leave off?
It says 3.
It says 3. D-backs first 5 -0.5. No. I don't know who did the playoff scheduling for the NBA and the NHL, but it sucks. Some days 2 games. It's not balanced, especially when the games are on at the same time. Yeah. Kind of like D-backs, first 5, Cardinals money line for that massive payout. Yeah, I like the Cardinals full game. And I just saw that move. I made my bet for the Cardinals -110 on BetMGM, and it immediately moved to 115. I love watching lines move 3 seconds after I bet them. It's the greatest thing. Maybe first 5 under. Yeah, neither teams are hitting particularly well. I'm with the I'm with it within the Cardinals there. Yeah. There we go. So some St. Louis to kick off our baseball slate. That game starting at 1:15, so in about 2 hours. So let's get into the next one though. The New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. Sean Manaea and Blake Snell, your pitching matchup in this game here. Let's get into the line history in this one. Line opened up with the Giants as -110 favorites. Immediately met up to a -130, and it's come back down a little bit to -119. So we've had some buyback on the Mets, but it still moved 9 cents in the direction of the San Francisco Giants. Line opened up at an 8 -110. It's now a 7.5 at even money. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Giants, expecting Blake Snell to pitch well, which we've not seen so far this year. 98% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the over in this game, with the line moving towards the under. Definitely raises my interest for an under in this game. And then we're getting 27% of the tickets and 82% of the cash on the Mets, but get the line moving towards the Giants. So this is drawing my attention towards Giants and under right off the rip here. Just looking at the market move. Now, Blake Snell's been terrible.
Yes.
Manaea has been decent, good enough. He's what we've expected out of him. He'll give you 5 innings of 3-run baseball, and he'll hand the ball off to the pen. Manaea, 4.12 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 9.61 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 4.58 walks per nine, 308 BABIP, but 3.51 FIP, and a 4.25 CR. On the flip side, Blake Snell, 11.57 ERA, 1.97 WHIP, 9.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%. 3.86 walks per nine, a 4.10 BABIP, a 4.62 FIP, and a 3.96 CR. I do not expect Blake Snell to be this bad all season long. I just don't. He is pitched 3 times so far, and he's gotten hit all 3 times. He gave up 3 earned runs against the Nationals. He gave up 7 earned runs against the Rays, and he gave up 5 earned runs against the Diamondbacks. I want to take a look what this type of scheduling spot is for the Mets. And the Mets, this is their last game of a West Coast road trip, where they will head home to play the Cardinals and the Cubs for 3 against the Cardinals, 4 against the Cubs for a 7-game homestand. So maybe this is a get home game. I mean, you won the series against the Dodgers, but now you've lost back-to-back games against the Giants, and I kind of see the Mets losing this game as well. I'm looking at the and I know Blake Snell has been tough to trust so far this year, but I'm interested in this Giants first 5, which is a little pricey, minus 135 for the Giants first 5. I lean in that direction though. Looking at the Giants early in this game.
I cannot trust Blake Snell. So I'm going to end up staying off this game. I'm not touching the Mets. They played well against LA, and they, as I mentioned, if you look at that road trip, I could have told you the Mets were going to do well against the Dodgers. We'll struggle against the Giants because the Giants are not that good. And we always struggle against the good teams or against the bad teams, and we play good against the good teams. Sean Manaea, maybe a little bit of a revenge game for Mr. Manaea.
Like the under.
I'm not gonna be going after this game though. I don't feel like there's a need for me to go after it. So this one's a pass for me, Nick.
Yeah, I don't feel a need to at all, though, either. I lean Giants first 5, but I'm priced off of it because the cheapest I can find is minus 135, and I really don't want to lay that type of number with Blake Snell, and I don't want to lay a half a run in the first 5 with Blake Snell.
Nope. Back to the chat. I'm going to go make my Orioles post for today because we're about to go over that game.
Sure. Let's see. Giants money line for Ken. Yeah, I can see that. Mets for Tariq. Get the Brooms. I can very well see that, yeah. Let's go Mets. Mets better. Bullpen starting pitcher got embarrassed last game. Yeah, and that's why if I'm looking to back the Giants, I'm looking to isolate them to just the first 5 because I would like to avoid the Giants bullpen. The Mets bullpen has actually been pretty good. Nerfy, only for me. Putting the Mets side on hold again. Fair. Battle of the ex-Padres. Yeah. A couple of former Padres on this matchup there. Let's get into it here. A team that kind of screwed us yesterday, Tim. The Baltimore Orioles and the LA Angels. We have the Orioles around minus 125 to minus 130 favorites. Line opened up at a 130. It got all the way down to 121. It's now at 129. So we've had a 1 cent line movement here towards the Halos. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's now a 9 at minus 125. So we've had to move towards the over in this game as well, anticipating Anderson and Kramer to get hit. Taking a look at the cash flow, we have 60% of the tickets and 59% of cash on the under, but yet this line's moved from an 8.5 up to a 9. So we've had, or my bad, it's moved from a 9 minus 110 to a 9 minus 125. It's moved up in juice, and we're starting to see some 9.5s at plus money pop up. 68% of tickets, 79% of cash is on the Orioles, and the line moving towards the Angels. So not a spot I'm really interested in the Angels here, or in the Orioles. It would be Angels or nothing, just looking at the markets here in this game. Hitting advantage goes towards Baltimore. We have Kramer, 4.91 ERA, 1.14 whip, 6.95 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%. 2.05 walks per nine, a 2.24 BABIP, a 5.25 FIP, and a 4.18 SIERA. On the flip side, Tyler Anderson's actually been pretty good, but his numbers suggest a massive negative regression. 1.42 ERA, 0.95 whip, 4.97 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%. 3.2 walks per nine, a 167 BABIP, and even though he has that low ERA, low WHIP, 4.66 FIP, and 5.31 SIERA, which is the highest SIERA on the slate. So definitely expect some negative regression here coming from Anderson. And Kramer's stats are not very good either. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Orioles, and the hitting advantage goes towards the Orioles. The Orioles hit lefties pretty well, 127 WRC plus, which is fifth, compared to the Angels, 98 WRC plus, which is 18th against righties. I'm looking at this game to go over the total in this spot here in this game. We have Kramer, who my numbers are not a huge fan of. Anderson, who I think is overachieving to start the year so far. And I can get a 9 at minus 118 on FanDuel. I'm going to move on that. I'm going to get over the total here on this spot. I see both pitchers getting hit in this game, and I can get a 9. Shop around, find a 9. Just in case this game finishes is a 4-4 game, you'll be able to, at the very least, push. So over 9 minus 118 for me.
Welcome to day number 24 out of 162 of betting the Orioles every single game. So far this year, 15-8 on the money line, up 4 units. 14-9 on the run line, up 10 units. $100 bettors, you're up $400 and $1,000. $1,000 bettors, you're up $4,000 and $10,000 betting on the Orioles every single game. So very nice start to that. I'm going to keep rolling with it. It's Orioles every single game, and I know I see a bunch of people in the chat saying that the Orioles hurt their bankroll. I've been betting them every single day, so I'm expecting to lose some games. I do not expect to win every game by any stretch of the imagination. But right now they were on a nice little run to the point where I'm up a nice little chunk from them, so I'm going to keep betting them. So let's keep rolling with the Baltimore Orioles every single day. Lean Angels, no thank you. Orioles hurt your bankroll. Yeah, I understand that. Angels first 5. No, I love Kramer. Here's the link to all the stats for the Orioles trends, and I post that in the chat every single day. Blake Snell so bad. He's been really rough to start the year. Angels first 5. But keep in mind, Blake Snell will get his stuff under control.
He's always been a slow starter.
He's always a slow starter, so he will have a solid stretch during the season. So keep that in mind. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, the Boston Red Sox and the Cleveland Guardians in this one here. We have Criswell and Carrasco, your pitching matchup for this one here. Line opened up, but the Guardians is minus 133 favorites. It's up to a 136. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's gone from an 8.5 down to an 8, now down to a 7.5. Move towards the under, move towards Guardians in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. 77% of tickets, 87% of cash coming in on Cleveland in this game, explaining the line move towards Cleveland. 70% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the under, which explains the line move towards the under in this game here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Cooper Criswell, which I would like to say is a bullpen guy, because he went 4 innings against the Angels, 2 1/3 against the Guardians. He's not going to get you very far into the game. On the other side, Carlos Carrasco has actually been pretty decent this year. 3.44 ERA, 1.53 WHIP, so a little bit high there. He does walk a lot of batters. 7.85 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 5.89 walks per 9. A 308 BABIP, a 354 FIP, and a 5.09 SIERA. On the flip, Criswell, we don't really need to go over his stats too much because he's not going to be going very far into the game. Pitching bullpen advantage going towards the Guardians, 2.78 FIP, 3.10 SIERA compared to 3.86 and 3.44. Hitting advantage goes towards the Guardians as well, 105 WRC plus, which is 12, which compared to 95 for the Red Sox. I really don't have too much interest in this game, though. This game has no betting appeal to me at all. I would lean Guardians, but they're just slightly too public for me, even though in the line I don't think it's moved enough in order for me to justify a bet on it, and this is no play for me.
I don't think I expected to say this throughout the entire season. The Cleveland Guardians are currently the best team in MLB.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
They're winning off the power of friendship and smiles. No, and I look at it. You get to fade Cookie Carrasco at plus money. Then you look at Cookie stats. He's been good.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like absolute dog shit in New York. Comes back to Cleveland where he started his career and right back onto to playing some good baseball. 7 earned runs, 16 strikeouts, and 18 in the third innings. And they're 2-2 in the starts, but most of those games are 1-run games. I'm not fading him right now. He's been absolutely solid. Maybe an under in this game could be an interesting spot, but I wanted to back Boston. I could not do it.
Fair.
Guardians. Honestly, they keep winning. Now, you look who they played. They haven't really played the best of opponents. Oakland, Seattle, Minnesota, Chicago. They lost 2 out of 3 to New York. They played Boston, Oakland, back against Boston. So it's not like they're playing great teams, but they're still winning games.
They're winning baseball games, and not everybody can say they're winning baseball games. So, no. Yeah, but I understand the strength of schedule is something to be questioned maybe a little bit with them, but still, I mean, they're winning baseball games. A team we didn't anticipate to be that good, though.
Nope. Let's keep on rolling. Oh, what did I do? Oh, never mind. We're good. I clicked off something.
Yep. Philadelphia Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds in this next matchup here. We have Spencer Turnbull and Nick Lodolo. We have the Reds opening up as -103 favorites, and it skyrocketed to 132. Big move towards the Reds. Line opened up at an 8.5 -115. It's now down to an 8.5 -107. I like both these starting pitchers. I like the way Spencer Turnbull has looked so far this year. I like the way Lodolo has looked so far this year. 77% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the under, and the line moving towards the under in this game. I understand the line move towards the under. 51% of tickets and 64% of cash on the fight in Phils. And I kind of, that's actually kind of surprising with the line moving the way it has towards the Reds. And then this pitching matchup's awesome. Spencer Turnbull, 1.23 ERA, 0.77 whip, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 2.86 walks per 9, a 167 BABIP, a 2.84 FIP, and a 3.44 Sierra. On the flip side, Lodolo, 0.75 ERA, 0.75 whip, and a couple starts. 12 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%, 0.75 walks per 9, a 296 BABIP, a 1.24 FIP, and a 2 Sierra. Bullpen advantage going towards the Phillies in this game, and the hitting advantage does go towards the Phillies in this game. That's the one thing that does make me a little bit nervous, but Lodolo has been awesome. The Phillies are 9th in baseball at 115 WRC plus against lefties. The Reds only 89 WRC plus against righties, which is 22nd. I'm interested in the first 500 in this game. Is where I'm looking at this spot here. I like Lodolo, and I like Spencer Turnbull. I like the way he's looked so far this year. We've seen him make the adjustment. Last year, his fastball was getting hit pretty hard, so he's changed his repertoire to more of a breaking ball, slider, changeup type of pitcher, and it's looked well when he's mixing a 2-seam fastball in there as well. I'm getting the best available line here on Bet365. I'm going first 500, 4.5 at -125 in this game.
I want to take the Reds. I know we've been saying that they've been overvalued. If there's a pitcher that I trust for this Reds team, it's Lodolo. Now, he's had a really good start to the year. 1 earned run in 12 innings, 16 strikeouts against the White Sox and the Angels. So this will definitely be the best team that he's playing by a long shot. But I think he gets the upper hand here, especially at home. I know Turnbull's pitched well, but for me, this would be a play on the Cincinnati Reds. I think they're able to be I think they get the job done today with Lodolo. And even though Cincinnati is going to be overvalued a lot this year, they've won 4 out of their last 5. So they're playing good baseball as well, snapping the Phillies 7-game winning streak last night. So I like the Reds in this one, Nick.
I like the under. I really don't like the side.
That's fine. Phillies, but I like the under in the first 5 in full game. I can see the under in full game. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. We still got 9 games.
Yeah, we got the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brewers are on -115, -120 now. Pick 'em favorites in this game with a total of 8.5. This is another dog to favorite spot. Line opened up with the Pirates is -115. Now it's the Brewers at -117. So a big move towards Milwaukee here. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's now an 8.5 minus 108. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Brew Crew in this one here. As we have 73% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the Pirates, and this line's flipped. This is really, really appealing to bet the Milwaukee Brewers today. 56% of tickets, 53% of the cash is on the under in this game as well. The line moving towards the under here. We have Josh Fleming and Bryce Wilson. Definitely two pitchers that I don't think have pitched too much this year. Bryce Wilson, this will be his
he's pitched a bunch, but it's all relief.
Yeah, this is going to be a bullpen game for Milwaukee.
And a bullpen game
and it looks like a bullpen game for Pittsburgh as well, because both these guys, the most any of them have gone is 3 innings this year. 3 1/3 for Bryce Wilson. I am more willing to trust the Brewers, though, in this game. And with the way the market's moving in this spot, I'm going to move on Milwaukee in this game. I'm going to take them full game in this spot. The dog, the favorite. I love those situations, and I know people are going to be like, you probably missed your best line. I think it's just the market sending a message that that's the right side, and I can get minus 115 on Fanatics. I'm going to move on that here. Minus 115, Milwaukee Brewers money line.
Oh, I want to trust them, Nick. I do. Pittsburgh's going for the sweep.
Cool. Good for them.
I know. I'm just gonna probably stay off of this game. When you get a bullpen game, it's kind of tricky to try to go after, because at least when you have pitchers that go deep, you know who's gonna be pitching most of the game. I don't know who's gonna be going for these guys, because I could be like, all right, they're gonna play A, B, and C from the bullpen, and they might go totally opposite of what I think, and that's gonna completely throw off a lot of my numbers. So I don't really like going after bullpen games unless there's a very specific reason to. If this series was 1-1, like if Milwaukee had won a game in the series, I'd probably be on Milwaukee today. But I don't want to trust a team that might get swept. So this one's going to be a stay away spot for me.
Yep. I was able to get minus 105 on Fanatics. So Brewers minus 105 for me.
Cool. Nick, the price went up 2 cents as soon as you said Brewers.
Yeah.
Tigers money line today and Brewers money line tomorrow. Who do the Brewers got tomorrow? Pittsburgh. Oh, they play Pittsburgh again tomorrow. Then they might not get. You know what? I'll be on Milwaukee. I didn't realize they were playing tomorrow. I thought they were in danger of getting swept, and that's kind of a spot I stay off of. But with a game tomorrow, Freddie Peralta versus Mitch Keller tomorrow. So, that should be fun. Let's jump on. Well, there's no line for Milwaukee today, so that's fun on picks and parlays. So, I can't put it up right now. So there you go. Well, we know where Nick's going for this game.
Yeah. We have the LA Dodgers and the Washington Nationals. By the way, it's down to 4.91 units now. It was 5.91 units, and then the Nationals lost yesterday. So there's that. Line opened up at a 175, down to a 166 for the Dodgers. So a 9-cent line movement towards Washington here. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 110. It's a 9.5 minus 104. Move towards the under. Move towards Washington. 83% of tickets, 90% of the cash on the Dodgers. So the public on the Dodgers. The line moving towards the Nationals. Sign me up. We have Landon Knack taking on Jake Irving, your pitching matchup here. Landon Knack, I think, has pitched 1 game so far this year.
I think he's pitched 1 game in the MLB, period.
Yeah, and it was against these Washington Nationals. 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. On the flip side, Jake Irving just saw these LA Dodgers, and he shut them down. No earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. Honestly, if this was not the LA Dodger fade for me, this would probably just be a pass in this game. I'm betting against the Dodgers every day, though, because at the end of the season, I believe it'll be profitable. And I'm going to do it again here today. I'm getting plus 160 over on FanDuel. I would lean over the total because both these pitchers pitched pretty well against each other last game. And I could see maybe the Dodgers getting to Irving better this game than they did last game. But I'm going to move on I'm moving on the Washington Nationals here, plus 160 over on FanDuel.
Yeah, I understand it's the Dodgers. I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think they're too big of favorites here. On the road, across the country, with a guy that's pitched 1 time in the major league so far. So not a spot that I would trust for the Dodgers. I think the Nationals are live in this game as well. So I am on the Nationals with you. I got it plus 156. I like Irving. After having two kind of rough-ish starts to start the year, where he allowed 7 earned runs in 2 starts in 11 innings versus Cincinnati and Philadelphia. He had 2 really good starts. Granted, one of them was against Oakland. The other one was 6 shutout innings against the Dodgers in LA. I think he can slow down the Dodgers again. So plus 156, I think there's value with the Nationals as well.
Yeah, I like it.
Nats first 5, or Nats money line or first 5. Either one works. Let's keep on rolling through the games. This one should be interesting. There's an ECU Pirate in this one.
Yeah, Sean Armstrong starting for the Tampa Bay Rays. He'll be taking on Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Let's take a look at the line history in this one, where it opened up at a minus 115. It's down to a 109. So we've had a 6-cent line movement towards Detroit in this game here. Line opened up at an 8, minus 110. It's now an 8 at minus 108. So move towards the under and a move towards the Motor City Kitties in this one here. 67% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the under, and the line moving towards the under. 55% of tickets, 76% of the cash is on the Rays, with the line moving towards the Tigers in this spot here. Sean Armstrong and Jack Flaherty. And Sean Armstrong, we know, is an opener. He fits well into the Tampa Bay system because he'll go 1 or 2 innings, and then they'll hand it off to the bullpen, which the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays, I would very much like to fade today. And on the flip side, we have Jack Flaherty, who's looked meh. 4.44 ERA, 1.11 whip, 11.1 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 1.48 walks per 9, a 3.06 BABIP, a 3.69 FIP, and a 2.74 SIERA. We're not really going to go over Armstrong's numbers because he's not going to go more than 2 innings here. And the bullpen advantage, massive one for the Tigers. And then the hitting advantage does go towards Tampa Bay as they hit lefties average 100 WRC plus, which is 14. But the Tigers against righties is 89 WRC plus, which is 22nd or 21st. I'm not going to read too much into those numbers because for all we know, the first pitcher out of the bullpen, Rays could be a lefty. So kind of an interesting game here in this spot. I would very much like to fade the Tampa Bay Rays in this game and the Tampa bullpen. I'm waiting for this Tampa bullpen to be better. And it's crazy. Their bullpen's been terrible. Their offense has struggled, and they're only a game under 500, the Rays.
But last place.
Yes.
No. Boston might be last place now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Boston's 2 games over. Never mind.
And this is the last. The only thing is this is the last game of a road trip for the Detroit Tigers, where they played 3 in Minnesota and 2 in Tampa Bay. Flaherty's numbers have not been the greatest, and he has faced the powerhouses of the Minnesota Twins twice, the Oakland Athletics, and the Chicago White Sox this year. Which it's not like the Rays offense is very much better than that. I'm interested in the Detroit Tigers, and I would look at them full game.
I'm going to be on the Tigers too. This is, although Flaherty, you say he doesn't have good numbers. It was one bad game that kind of skewed his numbers, where he allowed 6 earned runs, 9 hits, and 6 innings against the Oakland Athletics. And the one time that they've one time that they lost with him pitching, they are 3-1 with him on the mound this year. Now, this would be a time I'd advocate for not taking a run line because the 3 times that they won, with Flaherty on the mound, 5-4, 4-3, 3-2.
Well, also they're underdogs, so you don't need to run line them.
Yeah, I know, but I'm you know what I mean, because I've been following that. Run lining teams is a lot better. If you run line all the winners instead of money lining them, you'll be a lot more profitable, even if there's some losers in there. So, but yeah, good trust Detroit here. Fading Tampa, just a team that I think is going to be a last place team this year. And it's not saying that they're going to be really bad. That American League East is going to be really, really solid this year, and we already see it. So, Detroit money line in this one.
Fair, yeah. I just got Detroit over on Fanatics for plus 105.
Sounds good. Nick, I'll go back to the chat. If if you're able to put up hockey real quick.
Yeah.
Cool. Nats first 5. Yes. The under in Tampa game. I could see the under in Tampa game. Tigers money line up to promo plus extras since DK takes the limit down to $10 with that. That's kind of lame.
It bounced around for me. It was 25 for a couple of them. Then it went up to 50. Then it went up to 100. And then I think they bumped me down to 25 again because I kept winning them.
Okay. Tigers money line. Yes. Flaherty gets traded around more than a high school cheerleader. Whew. He's on a new team every other year, right? No, he's not. I mean, he's had 3 different teams in the last year, but he played most of his career 17 to 23 in St. Louis, then got traded at the deadline to Baltimore, and then he signed with Detroit. So, not that crazy. You should check out some other guys. Vaught, look at Jesse Chavez's career.
Look at Matt Stairs.
Matt Stairs. There was one other guy.
Edwin Jackson.
Edwin Jackson. Look at Edwin Jackson's career. Nick, the Tigers are minus 1.5 now.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get the cash on this one, but I think I might have to go back to it.
Oh, boy. The New York Yankees and the Oakland A's. The Yankees minus 220 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Joe Boyle and Clark Schmidt. What a pitching matchup.
I know, right? Beautiful.
Just absolutely gorgeous. How we get the delight of watching these two pitchers go at it. If my line history will click, that would be cool. There we go. Line opened up with the Yankees at 210. It's now at 223. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 105. It's now at 8.5 even money. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Yankees in this spot here. 83% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Yankees. The line moving towards them. 82% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the under, with the line moving towards the under here in this spot. And you know what this game kind of has written all over it?
Yankees win by 1.
No. If you probably check Troy Torrance today, the Yankees might be the cash cow. The line there, it's in that line range of 200 plus. Line moving towards the home team, public on the home team, public home team smash in these spots. I would very much be interested to see if the Yankees are the cash cow today. Because I'm kind of interested in the Yankees. Clark Schmidt and Joe Boyle. Joe Boyle has been bad this year. 7.23 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 8.68 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 5.79 walks per 9, a 352 BABIP, a 402 FIP, and a 4.89 SIERA. On the flip side, Clark Schmidt, 3.15 ERA, 1.55 WHIP, 10.35 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 3.6 walks per 9, a 404 BABIP, a 351 FIP, and a 3.52 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards, the Oakland A's in this one here. Their bullpen's been better this year. 3.26 FIP, 3.45 SIERA compared to 4.24 and 4.33. Hitting advantage does go towards the Yankees, which is probably why I would take the Yankees full game because 111 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 83, which is 28th in baseball for the Oakland A's. I would want the full 9 innings for the bats of the Yankees to get to the Oakland A's here and take over the game. For me, it's Yankee run line or nothing, which is expensive because I'm seeing minus 1.5 at minus 1.5 around minus 105. I lean Yankee run line if I had to bet anything in this game, but I'm probably not.
I don't trust the Yankees right now. This is a Yankees team that's starting to struggle, and they've lost. They're 4-5 their last 4-5 their last 9 games, but they're losing to teams like Toronto, and they lost one to Oakland, they lost one to Tampa. Like they're not beating good teams. They're losing the bad teams, I should say. And when it comes to it, I think that if you look towards Oakland plus 1.5 even is an okay approach to it, just because you can get it would be minus 112, but this Yankee team has not been producing offensively. 4 runs, no runs. 5 runs, no runs. 5, 6, 4. But it's just like I don't feel like they're consistent enough for me to want to lay a run line with them. Even though it is, their run line is, I believe, slight plus money. No, it's not even. It's minus 107. So I'm not. It would be Oakland or nothing for me in this one. I just can't touch the Yankees right now.
Fair.
I've only been around a year, so this is all I know. Hey, you're good. Yanks giving me my first win with them. I swear, Yanks minus 1.5.
I'm really interested in the Yankees today.
Pass on the Yankees. No consistent offense. Exactly.
I think they can against them. I'm going to move on it. I'm talking myself into it here. Minus 105 Yankee run line on BetMGM. I'm talking myself into it.
All right, this one's going to be a little bit more expensive, Nick, but we got the next game.
Yeah, and maybe you just tie the Yankees with the Braves. No run line needed. Just Braves money line, Yankees money line. Move on. Which sounds absolutely disgusting as a Mets fan. Let's get into it here. The Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. Braves minus 225 favorites up to a 248, so a big line move towards them as well. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's now a 9 at minus 105. So a line move towards the under and a line move towards the Braves in this game here. Once again, 92% of tickets, 98% of caps on the Braves, 66% of tickets, 59% of caps on the under. Line moving towards the Braves in the under here in this game as well. And we've got Sixto Sanchez and Ronaldo Lopez. Lopez has been awesome this year.
He has.
As my screen goes dark and it's refreshing itself here, which is fun because I would like to get my numbers up. Here we go. Ronaldo Lopez, this is his fourth appearance of the year. He's faced the White Sox, the Mets, and the Astros. He's given up one earned run in 18 innings pitched, which is, let's see it there, 0.5 ERA. 0.91 whip, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 3 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 2.16 FIP, and a 3.63 SIERA. He's been awesome. Sixto Sanchez has made he's basically been a reliever, so this is going to be an opener situation for them. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Braves. Hitting advantage against righties, the Braves are number 1 in baseball, 133 WRC plus, and we have the Marlins 85 WRC plus, which is 27. They've been terrible. This is a continuation of fade the Marlins. I'm going to be on the Braves run line in this game.
And Braves run line, as I said, it was going to be a little bit expensive, but once I saw this game pop up, I realized I had to put it up on the site. Minus 125 for the run line. And the stat for it in this one, we are 18-7 fading the Marlins this year, up 12.82 units. That is about half of what we've made so far in baseball this year on the site is fading the Marlins. So, and baseball has been fantastic so far. Obviously, a little bit down after yesterday. We're still up 22.96, 70-57. So roughly, more than half of our profit this year in baseball is fading the Marlins. So we're gonna keep doing that today. Braves run line. Not trying to overthink it. Braves close it out. Miami. Yep. Braves run line 4 units. Yep. Run line. Yep. First 5. Yankee and Oakland over 4.5 runs. I do not trust the offense of the Yankees enough. Braves, Celtics first half, Oklahoma City. I like it. I kind of want to put even more on this Braves run line, but discipline is important. It is. For us, every single play has the same amount of money on it. So it is very discipline is key. That being said, Nick, I'm not going to be on the next 2 games. So there you go.
Yeah. And this is not an official play, but I put a small bet on Braves, Yankees, 2-teamer at plus 101. Small bet on it, just to see how it goes. It's not an official play for me at all. I just want to see how that goes. Toronto Blue Jays and Kansas City Royals. We have the Blue Jays minus 120 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have Yair Rodriguez taking on Alec Marsh here. We have this line opened up with the Toronto Blue Jays around 107 favorites. They're now up to a 132, a big move towards the Blue Jays in this game. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 112. It's now an 8.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Blue Jays, expecting Rodriguez to pitch well. We have 57% of tickets, 58% of cash on the under. Explains the line move towards the under. 52% of tickets, 60% of the cash on the Blue Jays. Explains the line move towards the Blue Jays. Rodriguez made his MLB debut in his last start, so we don't have much of a sample size from him. And then on the flip side, Alec Marsh, 3.22 ERA, 1.03 whip, 6.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.01 walks per nine, a 201 BABIP, 201 walks per nine, a 254 BABIP, a 311 FIP, and a 4.23 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards these Kansas City Royals. And I did not get my hitting numbers for this game because I got distracted with starting the show and stuff like that, and doing recaps and stuff like that.
Sure.
Royals 105 WRC plus, which is 11th against righties this year, and the Toronto Blue Jays are 13th, 104. So both these teams are hitting pretty well against righties this year. It's a pass for me. Really not too much of an interest in this spot.
The Toronto Blue Jays are playing, and they're not playing the Orioles, so I'm not betting this game. When do they play the Orioles first? So I need to see when I have to actually bet some of their games. May 13th, so good. I have a little while until I have to bet them. I bet their games, and it's in Baltimore to start it off. So no need for me to go after it. Or actually, I'm gonna have to bet them another time this year. So Baltimore games, and I believe I'll have to bet them. Let's see when
they play the Marlins.
Bingo. Which is really, really deep in the season. Yeah, the last weekend of the year.
Checks out.
They play against the Miami Marlins, so maybe we won't have to worry about baseball. The thing is, I don't bet baseball the last weekend of the year because most of those will probably be the only baseball plays we have for that because with seeds clinched and all that stuff, we normally don't even bother with it.
I want to bother with it because I think there'll be value on betting late season because it was kind of a little bit of value betting hockey late season here because you can kind of understand motivation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different. It's a different cap. It's a totally different cap.
It is. Jays, Royals today, still riding that offense. I mean, it would be Royals or nothing. You guys know I have a Royals future ticket for them to win the division, so fading the Jays. It would be more back in the Royals. I like the Royals. Yankees win no issue. Royals are on a money train right now. D-backs first 5. No, I do not like the Diamondbacks. I like the Cardinals today. All right, Nick. AL Central matchup. So another game that I'm not interested in, but this should be a really good pitching matchup.
I was going to say, this game jumped off the page to me.
6.5. It has to go under, right?
I mean, it's a hockey total. It has to go over, right?
I don't know.
Line opened up at a 7, and they said that was way too high, and it went to a 6.5. Line opened up at a 195. It's down to a 192 for the Twins. So we've had a slight move towards the White Sox, and we've had a move towards the under, with 93% of the tickets and 93% of the cash on the over. 8,365 tickets in. And then we have 82% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Twinnies, and the line's moved towards the White Sox. Garrett Crochet and Joe Ryan. Crochet's been hit his last couple of starts. 5.61 ERA, 1.01 whip, 11.92 strikeouts per nine, which is 33%. 2.1 walks per nine, a 259 BABIP, a 3.86 FIP, and a 2.58 SIERA. He's been good, though. His advanced numbers are great. Joe Ryan, on the flip side, same thing. 3.57 ERA, 1.06 whip, 11.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%. 1.19 walks per nine, a 333 BABIP, but 2.19 FIP, and a 2.38 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Twins. Hitting advantage going towards the Twins, who only are hitting 80 WRC plus versus lefty, which is 24th, which looks good compared to what the White Sox are doing against righties, which is 67 WRC plus, which is dead last in baseball. There's a reason this total is a 6.5, and I would like to take it under. And for me, obviously, I don't take full game unders. I could see this game finishing
6-0.
Yeah,
5-0.
But here's the thing. I would rather keep the bullpen of the Chicago White Sox out of this game. And that will mean a first 5 under 3.5, which is minus 110 on BetMGM. I'm going to go with my first under 3.5 in this game of the season for a total for an under. I'm on the first 5 under 3.5 here with the Twins and the White Sox.
This is the White Sox team that's gotten shut out 8 times this year.
It's terrible.
They're averaging 2.17 runs per game. I'm not betting this one. It's AL Central versus AL Central. For me, I feel like this is one of those. You look at the total; it's 6.5. You immediately think under because it's so low.
I mean, it only has to be 3-3.
True, but it's the White Sox. So
see, I look at 6.5. I try to find unders.
That's fine. It's an AL Central matchup. I'm not betting it. I will say a little bit of breaking news in the NFL. Nick, one of our jerseys is good for another 4 years because Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4-year, $120 million extension with the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
So Lions fans, you guys got a stud at your wide receiver for the next at least 4 years.
And then also I got another update for a game happening tomorrow. Confirmed goaltender Ilya Sorokin will be starting Game 3 for the New York Islanders.
As you should. You got some good horse racing. I haven't bet horse racing in a while. If I'm betting horse racing, I only trust Razor. Yankees run line, under if anything, but this game is a pass. Reds, I lean the opposite way of the Reds. No, sorry, I'm on the Reds today. Sorry, I'm used to fading the Reds. I'm on the Reds today, yes, with Mr. Lodolo. Twins are parlayed with Braves, if anything. I'm not even doing that. Yeah, St. Brown deserves it, for sure. 2 games left. I will say we're not going over the Padres and Rockies game because we still don't have a pitcher for the Rockies.
We do not.
Or we did not when we started the game, and we did not have time to cap it if they do have a pitcher announced. So can't go over that one. We got 2 games left, though, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs, -110 for the Cubbies, total of 8 in this game. Pitching matchup here is what do you call it? Interleague game. Line opened up in a -115. It's down to a 111. Line opened up in an 8. It's down to a 7.5. As we have Arrighetti and Tyone.
It's spaghetti.
Whatever. No, Arrighetti.
Well, Arrighetti. It's spaghetti.
65% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the over, 74% of the tickets, and 76% of the cash is on the Cubbies, yet this line's moving towards the Astros. So the public on the Cubs with the line moving towards the Stros kind of interests me there. Arrighetti's been terrible, though, this year, though, but I don't think he's pitched much. He's gone, 2 starts, and he's faced a Royals team that their offense was cooking at that point, and the Braves, which he actually pitched decent against the Braves. 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. So he looked okay against the Braves. Jameson Tyone, I believe, made his season debut last game. He faced the Miami Marlins. Gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. So we don't have much from either of these 2 pitchers. Bullpen advantage does go towards Houston slightly when you look at the advanced numbers. And then the hitting advantage goes towards Houston as well. 109 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 100, which is 15th. And I love both these teams. I do. And I think on May 10th, I'm going to bet both of these teams to win their league and to win the World Series and to win their division. I am very high on both these teams. I would only look Astros in the spot. That would be my lean in this game, would be Astros or nothing. It is a pass for me, though.
The Astros are broken. There's something wrong. Sorry, they're injured for sure. And I want nothing to do with this Astros team right now until they prove to me otherwise. And there's a Cubbies team that we really love. I still think that the Cubs are getting undervalued and the Astros are getting overvalued. Still to this day, and I feel like the Astros are the Oilers, and the Chicago Cubs are the Vancouver Canucks. They're going to get undervalued all year, and they're going to be one of the best teams in the National League. I would go for me. It would be Cubs or nothing. I just cannot trust the Astros right now. But this pick'em line kind of scared me off of it, so this one ends up being another stay off. I'm going to be on the last game though, for sure.
Fair.
Anyone -1.5 versus White Sox becoming a system play. Why not?
All right.
Razor is a close friend. Yeah, Razor's cool. If you're doing horse racing and stuff, that's the guy to go to. Cubbies, yes. That's what I'm thinking. You have to go. Yeah, Cubs or nothing. Who's in net for Vegas?
Vegas doesn't play today. Oh, yes,
yeah, they do.
Play today. Yeah, no. It was Logan Thompson game 1, so I can't imagine they're going to go to Hill game 2 after they won game 1. So I'm going to guess Thompson.
There you go. Loved the Cubs yesterday. Liked them again today. 80%. Yes. I like that button. There's something clinically wrong with the Astros this year. Fire the coach or something.
It's their first year without Dusty Baker. There's your solution. There's your problem.
Yeah. Real quick, I was scrolling through Twitter. College baseball, a guy named Lyle Miller Green hit a home run, 458 dead center for his 23rd homer of the year.
Jeez.
Over his last 2 games, he's 10 for 11 with 4 home runs and 13 RBIs. Stop pitching to him. He plays for Austin, PA. So expect him to transfer next year. That would be fun to see him in Greenville. But let's head to the final game where I will be interested in this one, Nick.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners and Texas Rangers. Rangers minus 115 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. As we have John Gray and Bryce Miller, your pitching matchup. Line opened up at a 115. It's up to a 117 for the Rangers now. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's down to an 8.5, minus 122. Move towards the under, move towards Texas in this game here. We cashed with the Mariners last night. And we have 65% of the tickets are on the Rangers, but 56% of the cash is on the Mariners in this game. With the line moving towards the Rangers, it's kind of interesting there. 83% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the under. Line moving towards the under here in this one. John Gray and Bryce Miller, your pitching matchup here. Miller's been good at 1.85 ERA, 0.82 WHIP, 8.88 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%. 2.59 walks per 9, and 172 BABIP, a 3.65 FIP, and a 3.49 SIERA. On the flip side, John Gray, 3.15 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 11.25 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%. 4.5 walks per 9, and a 3.14 BABIP with 3.46 FIP, and a 3.65 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Mariners. Hitting advantage slightly goes towards the Rangers, 112 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 106, which is 10th for the Mariners here in this spot. I have no interest in this game. I would lean Texas, but I don't like the way the market's acting in this game. It just scares me off of it. And this game, I'm fully okay with passing it.
I like Seattle to end the card. I like Bryce Miller, and I'm not a big fan of John Gray. And now, actually, if I look at it right, we have the first place Seattle Mariners.
Wow.
Seattle Mariners are now first place in the American League West, followed by Texas, LA, Oakland, and Houston. Houston's dead last and 5.5 games out already.
It's going to be crazy when they win the division.
It will be. Right now, the division leaders: Cleveland, Yankees, Seattle, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and the Dodgers barely. Anyway, I'm finishing out the card with Bryce Miller in the Seattle Mariners today. I can get them at plus 101 to end the card.
Good luck.
Nick, back to the chat, and then we'll finish. We'll wrap everything up.
Yeah. Let's see. Where you leave off?
It shows me 4.
Oh, there you go. VGK line too suspicious for me. They win game 1 and valued at plus 145 today. I'm happy sitting on my series bet instead. Fair. Bryce Miller over 4.5 strikeouts. Yeah. Mariners money line, and I like the under 9. Yeah. With that Vegas game, by the way, I'm really close to pulling the trigger on the Dallas Stars -1. It won't be a sight play, but I'm close to the -1 with the Dallas Stars.
Sounds good. That's everything. I just posted up the card for all of the member-only stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, that's up there, $5.99 a month. Social media links. All the social media links are linked in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're posting on those every single day. So make sure you guys are checking out all of that stuff. And then a quick kind of recap for today. Hockey. I personally like the Leafs, the Golden Knights, and the Oilers. NBA, Celtics in the over. And then the Thunder. For baseball, the Cardinals, Orioles. I like the Reds, Brewers, Natties, Tigers. I like Oakland today. Braves keep fading the Marlins and the Seattle Mariners. And then college baseball, give me a little bit of Mercer and Creighton. Plus 120 for Mercer, plus 150 for Creighton. Let's run it next.
Yeah. Let's get into it here. We got the NBA. I got the Boston Celtics -14.5, -110 on Fanatics. The NHL, I'm I'm on Boston again here, minus 105, bet 365, Boston Bruins this time, not the Celtics. And then the Edmonton Oilers, minus 117 on FanDuel. Strong lean towards the Stars, minus 1 as well. In the MLB, St. Louis Cardinals, minus 110, bet MGM. Baltimore Orioles, LA Angels, over 9, minus 118. Philadelphia, Cincinnati, first 5 under 4.5, minus 125, bet 365. Milwaukee Brewers, minus 105, Fanatics. Washington, plus 160, FanDuel. Detroit, plus 105, Fanatics. Yankees, minus 1.5, minus 105, bet MGM. Braves, minus 1.5, minus 120, Fanatics. Chicago, Minnesota, first 5 under 3.5, minus 110, bet MGM. And that's all for my card here.
Right on. That is everything for today. We'll be back again tomorrow. More playoff basketball, more playoff hockey, some more MLB for some getaway games for some of those teams. Actually, more getaway day today, but there are some tomorrow. So we'll be back then. Till next time. See you guys. Let's go Mets.